The rap industry is known for its rivalries and beefs between artists. Two rappers with an infamous on-again, off-again beef are NBA YoungBoy and NLE Choppa. Though they started off with some mutual respect and even collaboration, tensions arose, leading to diss tracks and threats. It began in 2016 when YoungBoy and Choppa were on good terms, even dropping a collab track called Water in 2017. But the next month, Choppa released a track called Time Never Mattered that seemingly took shots at YoungBoy. YoungBoy didn't respond, and when Choppa got arrested, YoungBoy recorded a supportive track called Letter to Kodak that leaked. On YoungBoy's 2018 track Genie, he shouted out Choppa. Later that year, YoungBoy disavowed Choppa on Instagram Live with DJ Academics, calling him messed up and saying money would never change him. Choppa's crew responded by burning a Never Broke Again shirt. The beef cooled off until 2020, when YoungBoy's girlfriend stabbed his baby mama. Choppa accused YoungBoy of cooperating with police, which YoungBoy took offense to in an angry Instagram Live response.
Man, you stupid bitch! Hey, you lucky I don't want to speak on that. Boy, you better stay in your place. These niggas hoes, man.
Choppa warned YoungBoy over the phone that he was really about street life. YoungBoy replied that Choppa was just about clout chasing and not an actual gangster. Choppa said he'd have to teach YoungBoy a lesson when he got out. After Choppa's release, his 2021 Dirty K track extended an olive branch to YoungBoy, but YoungBoy dismissed reconciliation efforts during a Clubhouse chat. In late 2021, after YoungBoy signed a significant deal, Choppa said he deserved a similar deal because he was more seasoned. YoungBoy fans started commenting "Why be better" on Choppa's posts, which irritated Choppa. He ranted about YoungBoy's annoying fans while claiming no hatred toward YoungBoy himself. YoungBoy subtweeted his distaste for Choppa. They continued taking shots back and forth. Finally, in early 2023, a video surfaced of the two rappers chatting amiably on FaceTime, putting their beef to rest after 5 years of tension. Their complex relationship illustrates the tangled web of beef and volatile alliances that can emerge in the high-stakes rap game. Despite clashes and deep downs, these two young stars have mutual respect. Their beef boosted their notoriety and fed their fanbase's appetite for conflict. Now, they can collaborate and focus on their shared musical gifts rather than feuding over status and pride. Their rocky past underscores the passion and tumultuousness driving hip-hop's biggest stars. Moving on to another notorious beef, this time between YoungBoy and fellow rapper Kodak Black. NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black are two of the most prominent young rappers in the game, but they have had a rocky relationship over the past several years. Their issues trace back to 2017 when Kodak allegedly took shots at NBA YoungBoy on his song Time Never Mattered. YoungBoy didn't respond then and even showed support for Kodak when he went to jail on a federal gun case in early 2018. However, later that year, while Kodak was still locked up, YoungBoy made comments dissing him, saying that jail would never change Kodak. Tensions continued into 2019 when YoungBoy associate Quando Rondo burned a pair of Kodak's underwear, and Kodak's crew responded by burning a Never Broke Again shirt. The beef cooled down for a while, but was reignited in 2020 after an incident where YoungBoy's girlfriend at the time, Iyanna Mayweather, stabbed one of his baby mamas. YoungBoy allegedly cooperated with police in investigating the stabbing, and Kodak took issue with YoungBoy for cooperating, saying it wasn't a gangster move and warning him not to cooperate with the police. YoungBoy responded furiously, defending himself and his girlfriend and accusing Kodak of clout chasing. He said Kodak wasn't a gangster since he watched him from jail. Kodak fired back, saying YoungBoy better watch who he calls not gangster because Kodak is in the streets. The two rappers continued to go back and forth on social media, with Kodak warning YoungBoy not to make him have to write him a letter from jail. Their issues persisted even after Kodak got out of jail in 2021. He mentioned YoungBoy in his song Dirty K, saying he wanted to reach out to him and patch things up. However, YoungBoy publicly stated that he had no intention of working with Kodak again. In 2022, their feud was reignited when YoungBoy signed a major $60 million deal, and Kodak said he wanted that kind of deal too. YoungBoy's fans started commenting "why be better" on Kodak's posts, which irritated Kodak. He told them to stop and said he wasn't hating on YoungBoy, he just wanted the same deal. YoungBoy then shot Kodak on his song Head Busted, saying, "Yes, you don't like my fans, I don't like you." Kodak had announced plans to drop his album the same day as YoungBoy in October 2022, but ended up pushing his release back to avoid competing. Finally, in January 2023, the two rappers were seen chatting on FaceTime, seeming to squash their beef after years of feuding. They talked about getting together to record music, with both expressing excitement at the chance to collaborate. After 5 years of tension, Kodak and YoungBoy have buried the hatchet and recognized that they have more to gain from working together than beefing. Their messy relationship illustrates the fickle nature of rap beef, which can erupt and subside unexpectedly. But hopefully their reconciliation will stick this time, and two of the top young talents in hip-hop will join forces. Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy's relationship demonstrates the complicated dynamics that can exist between rappers in the public eye. On one hand, artists often view each other as competition, leading to petty feuds as they try to one-up each other. On the other hand, collaborations between rappers can be hugely successful, so there are incentives to put aside beef to make hits together. For Kodak and YoungBoy, clashing egos and outside circumstances like jail time fueled their resentment for years, but their mature conversation in early 2023 showed a willingness to move past the petty drama and recognize that they have more to gain working together. Their beef was played publicly on social media, which probably intensified it, but just as social media exacerbated their feud, it enabled them to display their reconciliation to fans. Ultimately, rappers thrive off attention, so beef is an easy way to get publicity. But the most popular rappers realize that collaborating can be even more beneficial if the chemistry is right. Kodak and YoungBoy pairing up have great potential, considering their similar styles and southern roots. As young artists at the height of their careers, they will continue uplifting each other. Their beef may reignite down the line, as rap feuds tend to play out cyclically. But for now, seeing two former rivals make peace could signal exciting things to come. The Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy situation shows how messy things can get when rappers beef publicly on social media. The instigating and back and forth between them went on for years in plain sight of fans. Every insult or threat was documented online, making it harder for them to just let things go. Social media definitely intensified their feud and made it last longer. This could start a dangerous pattern for other rappers who clash. Nowadays, rap feuds play out aggressively over Instagram and Twitter first. Artists end up posturing for fans and trying to one-up each other. It's easy for petty fights to spiral out of hand. So, Kodak and YoungBoy reconciling maturely was a relief. It's an example of rappers rejecting the toxicity of online feuds. They remembered that they had a deep respect for each other's talents. Even when tensions were high over the years, they still showed love intermittently by wanting to work together. Other rappers should consider Kodak and YoungBoy's story arc as a cautionary tale. Social media lets artists insult each other freely and allows you to make peace publicly. These days, rap feuds play out aggressively online before anything gets settled in real life. So, Kodak and YoungBoy using Instagram to end their beef shows the power of social media to mend fences too. Looking at the situation optimistically, one hopes Kodak and YoungBoy's reconciliation will be a teaching moment in hip-hop. Their lengthy feud mostly played out online, intensified by memes, tweets, and Instagram posts, but finally, they chose to settle their differences online, coming together sincerely as friends and collaborators. This resolution will inspire other rappers to de-escalate their beef. Social media has become the battleground for hip-hop conflicts, but Kodak and YoungBoy demonstrate that speaking face-to-face can dissolve grudges better than clout chasing online ever could. For the sake of culture, let's see less petty rap beef in 2023 and more unity between artists who want to push hip-hop forward. What Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy overcame shows that even the most stubborn feuds can be resolved through open communication. Neither wanted their pride and image as tough guys to be compromised. But they discovered real courage means being vulnerable and discussing issues man-to-man offline. We need more role models in rap who put aside their egos and coexist peacefully with the fans. If Kodak and YoungBoy's bond holds true, it could start a positive trend. The long-running beef between rappers Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy has played out loudly in public for years through social media callouts, diss tracks, and angry online rants. Their complicated relationship took many twists and turns as they went back and forth, sometimes seeming to make peace before reigniting tensions again. As prominent young voices in hip-hop, their inability to set aside differences raised concerns, especially since disputes between rappers have turned violent in the past. Thankfully, Kodak and YoungBoy finally chose communication and reconciliation to end their messy feud recently. Images of them chatting amiably on FaceTime in early 2023 took fans by surprise, considering how they'd been dissing each other aggressively just months prior. It took courage and maturity for two firebrand rappers with larger-than-life personas to become vulnerable, let go of their egos, and talk through issues off-camera. This private reckoning exemplified authentic leadership, demonstrating how rap beef should be resolved through dialogue, not further provocation. Hopefully, their inspiring buried hatchet signifies a turning point in hip-hop's combative culture. With rap feuds increasingly playing out in public via digital smack talk, Kodak and YoungBoy's gracious reconciliation behind the scenes sends an important message. Conflict resolution requires humanizing your opponent and engaging in good faith as a fellow artist, not as rivals out for clout and one-upmanship. Moving forward, these two passionate, gifted talents can channel their energy into more music together, leaving no room for negativity. Their mature example will ideally reverberate, encouraging others to settle differences constructively.